It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another. And I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other. They study each other. They work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback, it's Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. Now Hurts. Gonna call his own number. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
3rd down, 3 to go. Hurts gonna hold on to this one. A gain there of 11. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the 1st down.
Hurts working in the pistol. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
So on fourth down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
That's caught. It's Dameon Pierce. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Stroud. To the left side, into the hands of Collins.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Davis. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Now he'll run it. Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the first down. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it's going to be third down.
I can tell you from experience, Mike, that is going to be on his mind the rest of the week. It's one thing to drop a ball. That's going to happen every now and then. But when you do it and it takes away a touchdown, man, that stings. So we can talk short-term memory all we want. And I can promise you, this guy, he's hoping to get another shot at it.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see the football for the second time. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Texans offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Stroud gives it to Pierce. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Off the zone read, it's a give to Davis. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Stroud. Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On second down, a run with Davis. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That'll be taken in by Pierce. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Here's Gainwell to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the first down. Man in motion is Brown. Hurts looking to throw on first down. He's got it! And he will go all the way. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Now, Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. That's into the hands of Dell. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. To throw is Stroud. Now a deep ball here for Collins. That is caught. What a throw. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans are in the lead by the score of 13-7.
13, Eagles 7.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Now, Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it's going to bring up a third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
At their own 14-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. So at halftime, it's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our halftime report. These 2 teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Texans offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Stroud going to tuck this one on the zone read. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense. And if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Open man, that's Collins. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Houston.
They'll run it with Davis. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. shooing off 7 yards on that one. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Stroud. That one caught by Schultz, the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On play action, Stroud. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Stroud comes to the line. The Texans going for 2.
The Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Gainwell to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's taken in left side by Smith. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Well, you know, Mike, if I had to guess, I'd say that's probably not what they had in mind when they called that play, but those guys on defense, it felt like they knew what was coming from the start, and they got to him in a hurry.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Open man, right side. He's got it. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
To the air again, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Bold decision there by this quarterback to attack a guy who's already made you pay for challenging him earlier today. He trusted his guy to not only win, but to defeat man coverage, and I think he got away with one there.
Pass downfield is caught by Brown. A big play play, and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Again, Hurts. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. He runs, and he's in! Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles have cut the deficit to 5. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Now here comes the screen to Pierce. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
I like the call. Using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Davis. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On 2nd down, Pierce, and he'll be brought down. What will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man complete to Dell. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's got it at the 7. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Go with their fullback trying to get it. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Houston. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The kick is good. Makes the score Texans 26, Eagles 14.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Britton Covey now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He connects downfield to Doxson. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day. Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On play action, here's Hurts. Open man downfield is Brown. And gonna get this all the way down inside the 5.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That one taken in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Elliott now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They'll run. It's Davis. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. They'll go again with Davis. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Third and a yard. On the ground once more, it's Davis. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38 and move those chains. 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E.
we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. A bit of a surprise, this one on paper. You figure this would have been a difficult assignment, trying to win away from home against a team of this caliber. No problems, though. They find a way to get it done. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.